So the Hebb 500 uses a 350 watt motor. I know it's a little confusing, right? And then there's a 36 volt 10 amp hour battery right there. And the unique thing about these bikes is that they put the hub motor in the front, and that's so that they could put hub gears in the back. And it's sort of unique. You know, most electric bikes put the hub motor in the rear because you're adding a lot of mechanical pressure on the bike and strain, and that's, you know, that's the strongest part of the bike. That's where all of your input from pedaling would go, is back here. So in order to sort of bolster the front of the bike for this, you can see they've put these little torque arms on there and this little cap over here. So it's sort of reinforced to make sure that you don't accidentally break the front fork, but there's still a shock, right? And so you know, it's going up and down like that. I guess I've always been concerned that it'd sort of loosen over time because you're adding pressure, but this shock is pretty basic. You know, it only has one adjustment here, which is like rebound. So, you know, works well enough, and it's a real company, and they've tested it, so it's just kind of worth mentioning. And in fact, it also creates more of a balanced weight for the bike. You've got the battery in the middle, gear hubs on the back, and then motor hub on the front. And, you know, if you were putting this on like a bike rack or something, it would sit nicely. And as you're riding it, it actually feels pretty good that way too. But I must say that because there's more weight on the handlebars up here, as you turn the bike, there's a little bit more centripetal force at work. So keep that in mind. For a commuter, though, this bike would be really great because it's got your nice fenders on the front and rear. It's got lights built in. And check this out, like this switch right here, you flick it up like that, and it turns on the rear brake light, which is pretty sweet. The front, you actually have to like do that yourself. You have to click it on, but that's not so bad. And a lot of bikes don't even come with lights. So again, for a commuter, this is super cool. It's got the rear rack. It is a bolt-on rack. You can see like right here the bolts. That's kind of a bummer because over time those get loose. It can get a little rattly. But, you know, most regular bikes have bolt-on racks. And the cool thing about this one is the gauge here of the tubing is standard, which means you can clip on panniers here. It's not like oversized tubes that won't work. So I'm a fan of that. The battery is also removable. So check this out. Under the seat, there's like a lever. Boom! Pull it up like that. You turn the battery off, and then you can actually like pull up the battery, and it just slides right off. It's super easy. So I like how they did that in case you want to bring your battery in at work or something like that. Being that this is the older 500 model, it doesn't have pedal assist or anything. All that it has is this big twist throttle. Twist that, and the bike goes. Oh yeah, it's raring to go. So, I don't know, I mentioned this on my review of the other Hebb, but it's the whole handle, you know? And a lot of the other electric bikes, they just have the little partition. And I kind of like that better because I think for safety, like if you're going over some bumps or something and you like fall off, and you know you're supposed to hold the handle for stability, and if the whole handle is for twist throttle, like it just I feels like you're making the bike less stable that way. It's got an adjustable neck, which is cool. You got your nice disc brakes, yeah. And in the back is a drum brake. So again, a lot of unique features on this bike. The pedals, just simple plastic, could be upgraded maybe to something a little bit more grippy. It does have a nice chain guard to keep your pants in check, and that double leg kickstand here, like a motorcycle or something. And water bottle holes right there, I love that. So I'm gonna hop on, give it a little test ride. Feels pretty good. Brakes work well. You know, this is a solid, solid commuter bike. Whew. So if you could get a good deal on one of these, it's definitely going to perform well. The company's still around. They're making other bikes, and the battery pack design is the same, so you could replace it if you needed to. For the full written review, pictures and comments and stuff, check out ElectricBikeReview.com. I'll see you there.